Hi everyone, welcome back to the Content Club podcast with me, Tina Calder from Excalibur Press. Once again, welcome back. Today we have another very practical tool that I use quite a bit, and it's really about helping you, I suppose, supercharge your content creation and find lots of fantastic stuff to use and curate. I love curated content because you're just really looking around the internet for stuff that is going to resonate with your audience, and it gives you a little bit of leeway as well. It gives you this wonderful space to not just connect with them, but give you space to create some original content as well. So my secret content creation weapon is Google Alerts, and I started using Google Alerts at least a decade ago. So I was probably at the height of my career as a showbiz reporter around 2008 to 2010. And that secret weapon that I had was Google Alerts. At the time, they were relatively underutilised. And in journalism, I knew of no one else other than my showbiz photographer and business partner who used them. And so part of my job at the time was finding out what celebrities who were linked to Ireland and Northern Ireland were doing globally before anyone else. And this isn't easy when there are so many and you're so busy. And the internet wasn't what it is now. You know, it wasn't social media. Not every celebrity had a Twitter account or a Facebook account. So Google Alerts really gave me the jump on the competition, and I used them to get notified about what the stars were doing before it even hit the papers. And that allowed me then to create little snippets and news items and use it for my, I did some showbiz commentary and some showbiz news for radio, for City Beat and places like that. So how it worked was, for example, a Northern Ireland actor may have been named in a lineup for a new movie, and this information was likely to have been released in America first. So my Google Alert was able to let me know as soon as that came out, and therefore I was able to get the news before others. I've used Google Alerts now for, it has to be a decade, maybe even more. But the way in which I use them has changed significantly. So for me now, they're this perfect tool of digital and social listening, and for finding out what conversations my clients should be getting involved with. And as a publicist now, I'm still a journalist, I'm still a writer. I'm also predominantly a publicist these days. It's my job to really ensure that the clients are ahead of the curve, that they're armed with statistics, information, data, news, things that make them, that give them a little bit of a jump on their competitors. Exactly what I was using it for in the first place back in 2008. So that's where Google Alerts comes in. Now, what I would say is that there is a blog post on contentclub.excaliburpress.co.uk, and that will give you a good rundown. It's literally, it could not be easier, honestly. You literally click a few buttons and you're up and running with your Google Alerts. But I do have a few bits of advice, things that I've learned over the years, and I will keep adding to that as I go along. So you never know, if you've already used Google Alerts, you might want to check the blog post out in case there's anything I talk about there that I do that might help you in that. So the first thing, and I suppose the most important thing, is I always say, set up a completely new Gmail account. Do not allow your Google Alerts to pollute your ordinary inbox. And the reason for this is, depending on how many Google Alerts you set up, my goodness, you could literally end up with thousands of emails that you don't have time to go through. So please do set up a new Gmail address. Or if you're already using a Gmail address, what you could do is you could set up your Google Alerts and then create a filter that will automatically throw the Google Alerts into a completely different folder and, bypass the inbox completely. If anyone needs me to do, a how-to guide on that, just let me know. So once you're signed in, you go to your google.co.uk/alerts, and it'll be very simple. It will come up with a search bar that says create an alert about. So you simply add in your search term, What I always do is if I'm using more than one word, I will use quotation marks. So say, for example, I'm setting a Google alert up on Google Alerts. I will open quotes, write Google Alerts, and close quotes again. And that means that I will get a much better, I suppose, result. And also it won't give you everything that says Google and everything that says alerts. So my big tip is check your Google Alerts either once a day or once a week, and you'll learn very quickly how to scan really quickly and identify what's potentially worth looking at. I show on the blog post just a sample of what one of my inboxes looks like, that was set up many years ago in relation to famous people from Northern Ireland. So then you forward any relevant emails to your general everyday account. So that puts them top of your inbox. It lets you see that you think that they're important and you can deal with them. So once you've gone through them, filter what you've sent yourself and forward everything that's relevant. In many cases, your clients might not be interested or may not be able to react immediately. So what I do is I tend to forward the Google alert to the client and say, just letting you know this, if you want to do anything about it, let me know. But it's not about them doing anything about it. Sometimes it's just keeping your client informed and allowing your client to see, what information is out there. And sometimes it's just that you need to see what's out there, or you need to keep track of what's going on, so that when your client starts talking to you about something that happened in the news, very, very relevant to their business, you've probably heard about it. What I would do as well, I would regularly purge your entire Google Alerts inbox, especially if you haven't had a chance to look at it. So don't go, I certainly wouldn't go back more than maybe 4 or 5 days, unless it's a very specialised subject. So say, it's mechanical engineering or something like that. So what I would is purge the box once a week, or even every time you look at it. And of course there is Google support available there, so you can always go and look at some more top tips there. So literally that's it. There's nothing more to it. It is very, very simple. It's a great content creation tool. You can then quote from the things that you find, or you can reshare them on your pages and stuff like that. So please do let me know if you set up Google Alerts and if they have improved your life in any way, shape or form. Certainly I know that they do for me. And as always, please do connect with us on social. You can get me on Facebook /Tina Calder Journal. You can get Content Club /Content Club NI, and Excalibur Press is /Excalibur News. And you can find us on Twitter and Instagram and all of that. And please do check into the blog. It's contentclub.excaliburpress.co.uk. Do have a look, see if there's anything that you would like us to do, and we're always accepting suggestions. So you can get me, Tina at excaliburpress.co.uk, or you can send me a PM on any of those channels. And certainly we do want to hear what you would like us to do, a blog or a podcast or even a workshop on. We're very open to ideas. And of course, if you get stuck, if you need some help with your content creation, that's what we're here for. It's what we do. We have a lovely team of about 15 people here at Excalibur, and we have everything from journalists to social media content creators. We've got photographers, designers, marketeers, you name it, we've got them. So please do give us a call if you're having some trouble, or even if you just want a little bit of advice. There's no harm in setting up a wee meeting to have a bit of a chat. I'm always available to do that. Well, mostly always available to do that. But once again, thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate your time, as I know it's precious. All the best. Thank you.